Hi, hello, welcome to episode 2. This is of the Tabletop Gold series, GODMAKER.
GODMAKER. GODMAKER.
We did this last week, and I was supposed to have the echo. Here we go. GODMAKER. Hi, everybody. I'm Lars Castine. Nice to see you. I'm joined tonight by Armat Humphreys. Armat, nice to see you as well.
Right back at you, buddy. Yeah, this is fun. I had so much fun last week, and I'm so excited to come up with a new god.
Yeah, me too. We're building the pantheon. Let's just take a second and tell everybody who we are and what we're doing here. Absolutely. My name's Lars. Like I said, that's Armat. We both are on a Pathfinder Second Edition actual play podcast called Tabletop Gold. We run the Abomination Vaults adventure path. We have a great time. If you don't know our podcast, check it out. You'd love it. I promise you. It's a great time, and we have a great community hanging out and having fun listening to our show. Trust us, you're going to like this thing. If you do know us, let me tell you what this is. If you don't know what this show is, this is GODMAKER. On our typical podcast, we have a great time running the game, playing through the story, getting into the moment-to-moment play of a tabletop role-playing game, but there are other ways to have fun with TTRPGs, namely, what are the words I'm looking for? Coming up with fun ideas and bouncing them around with your friends and developing your own worlds and, you know, doing that kind of thing. So what this series is we are homebrewing live for your entertainment pantheon of brand new deities for a brand new setting for a tabletop role-playing game that maybe one day we'll run adventures in, or maybe we won't. Armat, does that sort of cover what it is that we're doing?
I think that was comprehensive, and you nailed it. Yeah,
we've done one of these before. Last week, same time, same channel, we devised the god Voltheros, the god of cities, transportation, and roads, the lawful neutral god. This week, we don't know what god we're going to come up with. This is all kind of randomized at the beginning of the thing. But over the course of this episode, we're going to make up a god. We're going to decide what they're the god of, what they look like, what sorts of people worship them, and we're going to make a picture of them and use visual aids to imagine what's happening with this god as they move forward. Along the way, from time to time, we may be checking in with chat. Check this out. We've got our chat window here. So if you want to talk to us, we'll be able to, from moment to moment, we're going to kick over to this screen and respond to you guys. But for the majority of the show, this is a little bit less interactive than our video game streams that we've done, because we are going to be all up in our own grills about inventing a god, right? You get it. So yeah, and it's going to be a great time. We're going to have a ton of fun. I guarantee it. Thank you for sticking around and watching with us, and it's good to see you. Wirtz asks, will Hoot be in the Pantheon? Wirtz asks on the chat window, which of course I said I would not routinely go to, but check that out. There it is.
Yeah.
I don't think so, Wirtz. I think that Hoot is its own thing, but you never know. We'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes down.
I mean, who could be a guardian spirit of the forest? I mean, he is the forest watchman, you know?
It's true. It's true. Demigod status, for sure. Certainly.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay. So we're about to get into our questionnaire. Last week, if you joined us, you know that we have this, gosh, what's the word that I'm looking for? We have a questionnaire that we fill out. Rule number 1 is that we do not feature ascended gods in this setting. That is simply not how this setting works. I will not answer any questions about why that is. I have no interest in addressing this. If we ever actually play an adventure in this, it's going to be like 7 years from now. People are like, that's why Lars said no ascended gods. And you're going to look back on this video and you're going to be like, that son of a bitch was playing me the long con the entire way.
Whole time.
I'm going to be so satisfied if that happens. My God. Okay.
I say let's make that happen. I'm so excited to see the gotcha at the end.
Yeah,
of
me too. We'll see if it ever happens. It probably won't.
Yeah.
But okay.
It's like I was just going to say, it's like the Michael Douglas movie, The Game, where at the end you're like, whoa!
Yeah. You're gonna be falling onto a big pillow, and all your friends are gonna be having a good time with you, even though you just threw yourself out. Don't worry about it. Okay, so here's the deal. We have this list of 8. Last week we took the 6 away. We're gonna repopulate this, and then Armat's got an 8-sided die, what is known in the business as a D8. We're gonna roll that D8, and then we're gonna roll through this comprehensive deity questionnaire to paint a beautiful picture of a new god born here today on GODMAKER. Okay. Listen. What do we want to add here? We've got the god of cheese and dairy, the god of harvest, the god of memory, the god of dreams, the god of blood, the god of herbs, and then the forge craftsman artisan god. I want to come up with something that is very, very different from any of these. There are a lot of these things that are of a theme, and I think that we could potentially winnow them down a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you have a pitch, or would you like me to make a pitch?
I'm gonna keep thinking, but I'd love to hear your pitch.
Okay, here's my pitch: the god of dysfunction and entropy.
Ooh, love it.
The god of things collapsing, systems falling apart.
The center cannot hold.
The center
falcon
cannot
in the widening gyre cannot hear the falconer.
You said it, brother. So I'm going to just
Actually,
write down.
I didn't. Yates did.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
Who knows? Who knows what that old weirdo was talking about? Okay.
Fun story though.
Oh yeah, please.
As long as we're on Yates.
Give me the Yates, boy. And yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What's up?
So my favorite fact about Yates is that once he was a member of this secret society, the Order of the Golden Dawn, which is where Aleister Crowley got his magical education. And so one time, apparently, Crowley came back after having been snubbed by the Order and was like casting magical spells and shouting curses as he marched up the Order's household stairs. And Yates just kicked him back down it. Full on boot. Is that awesome? Made me like amazing. Yates even more.
Yes, that's tremendous. I love it. I know very little about Yates.
Right.
I know very little about basically any literary topic, but that's a story for another time.
I don't know nearly as much as I'd like to, frankly.
Yes.
Not an expert in any way, shape, or form.
Armat, is it time right now for us to roll the die, or do you want to prune this list in any additional way? Here's the question. Last week we have one god in the pantheon now. Voltheros, the god of commuting and transportation, right? Of roads and mundane travel.
Yeah.
Is there anything here that is already redundant given the existence of that god? And this is just going to be a routine question that I ask every single time.
Gotcha. Oh, I like that.
Because if we just get, for instance, if we just did a god of vegetables and then we don't need to do harvest, we can probably pull harvest from the list.
Right. Yeah, I was thinking harvest, herbs, and maybe cheese and dairy could be consolidated into one sort of god of repasts or human. But also they are slightly different too.
They are a little different.
Necessarily want to,
I think that once we do one of these, then we may want to remove one or more of the rest. But I think as of right now, it's not redundant. Obviously, we have these 3 things in here because this is important to us as a group of people to have some kind of god representing these themes. So let's leave them alone. Let's roll that D8.
All right, here it comes. 4 God of Dreams.
God of Dreams.
Neil Gaiman, look out. We're coming for you.
Phenomenal. There it is. There's the 4.
But there it is.
Nope. Can't. There it is. Well,
there it is.
Tag team back again. Okay, so here we go. The God of Dreams. And let's just say this is sort of our starting point. At the end of this section of the section of the questionnaire, we'll be able to say exactly the 2 or 3 things that this god is the god of. Okay?
Yeah. This is our leaping off point.
Our leaping off point, our conversation starter, our twisted conversation starter is what we're doing. So This god of dreams. What do you think, Armat? What is this? What kind of creature is this god of dreams? Do you think?
You know, that's interesting. I mean, this is going to be tough. I feel like just because of, Sandman is so prevalent in my brain. Like
Desna from the Pathfinder setting is in my brain. I'm tempted. I'm like, oh, that should probably be a butterfly, right? And it's like, no, you idiot. Do something different.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to think like something. It'd be interesting to do something that was non-human, maybe, and
Let's do it.
Or something about like human connectivity. And maybe this is just because I recently rewatched Neon Genesis Evangelion and human instrumentality, where we all become a primordial soup of consciousness.
Yes,
is what
of course.
thinking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
But so you like the idea of dreams? So dreams as a. It sounds like what you're angling towards is dreams as an as a sort of like psychic sort of connection, a Jungian sense of dreams,
Totally.
right? Well, I love that. Let's make that happen. So we're not talking about dreams as like this is a thing that your brain does while you're sleeping. We're thinking of dreams as a domain that you enter in the nighttime hours, right?
Totally. Yeah. I think that'd be a cool way of like thinking of it as like this, where we derive all these archetypes and or connect to a greater sense of ourselves or the community or what have you.
Okay. Well, this might be a little too Neil Gaiman-y, but it's like that sounds like we're talking about writing, we're talking about fiction, we're talking about the like okay. So but we're not exactly talking about that. You're talking about the connectivity. You're talking about dreams as a way that people connect to each other, right?
Yeah,
so
maybe
is
to
there
their
an example?
own selves as well.
Can I
I was
just
just going to say, and maybe like, please.
No, okay. I'm just sorry. Just riffing here. I'm sorry for walking all over you. I apologize. Are you aware of this current biological theory that the trees in our world are connected to each other via a fungal network? That there is a superstructure of like strands of myconid matter of life connecting trees to each other to help trees talk to each other and communicate with each other. Have you heard this theory?
I had not known that. I had not heard that theory before, but I think it's awesome. Are we talking a mushroom god? I know of your fondness.
I think that we could be. The mushroom god also works because of like popular fictional or not even fictional, like medical ideas of fungus and dreaming and of altered states of consciousness and so on.
Yeah, I was going to say this could be kind of like your Terence McKenna or Timothy Leary god in a way too, like exploring like altered states of consciousness.
So this could be the god of both consciousness and unconsciousness. This could be the god of dreams and also of the world within our own minds and the world between our minds.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah, I love that. That's cool. The god, that taps into some really cool things like structures of minds and like. I was reading this sort of goofy, well, not goofy, it's a really interesting book called The Premonitions Bureau about like, this is going to be maybe too long of a story, so maybe I should cut it and nip it in the bud, as it were.
Give me nutshell it for me.
The nutshell is basically in the 1960s, one of the London newspapers started this special news desk called the Premonitions, not bureau, but like desk. And they had people write in with their predictions or senses or like intuitions about stuff that would happen and try and investigate and see what ended up happening. And so they went on this sort of very interesting sort of exploration of the theme and thinking about how our minds model reality and talk about like a predictive model of reality. And so that I don't know, it feels like it might tie in somehow to our god of consciousness and unconsciousness.
Well, let's skip right to the end of this section, okay?
Yeah.
What's the thing? What are the God's areas of concern? And let's just nail it in now, because I feel like we're going to go so far afield. There's so much that we're talking about. We're having such a good time here that I want to kind of I want to freeze this in place and make it so that we can have what it is that we're talking about and focus on it. So this is the god of dreams, consciousness, and premonition.
That's
Do you like
so
that?
Cool. Yeah.
Okay.
I love that. Yeah.
Good. So this is the god of dreams, consciousness, and premonition. I would like to make a pitch for what this creature looks like. Okay.
Yes.
It's a plant-like thing. I would like this to look, I think that making this too abstract would be kind of annoying. I think if it's just like a network of fungus, it's like, that's not even anything to worship. Like, screw that. Right. So what if this is...
And that's kind of missing the fun of fantasy, which is you get these sort of archetypes condensed into a figure,
Mm-hmm. So, I would like this to be a fungal humanoid, right? With long gossamer fingers.
Oh, I love it.
Do you like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do. Because I was thinking weirdly of a spider's web too, actually, when we started talking. So like, I love the long sort of, able to like reach those long, creepy mushroom fingers into people's dreams and brains. And
it's a thing that can reach far, but can't reach hard. And because it can do premonitions, it can reach into the distance.
So good.
It can connect people together, and it can reach deeply, but it cannot. Its tendrily little fingers, long, wispy fingers, are incapable of doing more than just connect.
I love that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think that's so cool.
Let's take a chat break, guys.
Yeah.
Stuff is getting too heady. How's chat doing? Guys, we are tripping balls over here. I hope that everyone's doing okay as we're going on this psychedelic journey with each other. God of elevated consciousness, baby mannequin.
Too. That's really funny.
Yes. Oh, I feel exhausted already. Should we just wrap this up? Are we done? Is it time to put a pin in this
I think we've nailed it, basically.
I think we're done. I think we've nailed it. Perfect. Okay. Chat, we'll come back
right
to
off the bat.
In just a hot second. We feel good about the fungal humanoid with long gossamer fingers. I'm going to replace the word gossamer with something more understandable by normal humans. Wispy, long wispy fingers, right?
Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
Like that.
What is this god's name? This god of
that's a
of consciousness, dreams, and premonition.
Maybe something like root or related to the because we've been talking about consciousness as kind of like a root system, maybe. Or maybe there's a cool. Well, Robin last week was smart, I think, to look at like the Gaelic word for road.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's a word for root.
A rhizome. Wait, what did you get?
Oh. F-R-E, E with an accent on it. A-M-H, fream in Irish.
All right. Let's I can't get that. I'm not going to get that accent. But I'm going to write these. I'm going to type some ideas out because I have a little bit of a pitch also. So give me that spelling one more time.
Yeah,
sorry.
Totally. F-R-E-A-M-H.
Okay. I'm looking at the word rhizome, a continuously growing horizontal underground stem which puts out lateral shoots and adventitious roots at intervals. And I'm wondering if there's a sort of a namification of this idea that of the rhizome idea.
I love that.
Something like that, or
Rhizomos, or yeah, totally.
Yeah, I'm a little bit anxious about doing another os after the first os. I don't want it to be too Greek.
Oh, yeah. Right. Got it.
Right.
Too Greek for me. All Greek.
Hey, it's all, yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Oh, but this is from the Greek also. So
I
who
got
even cares what I'm talking about? Like, rhizome is Greek. It is all Greek. Damn it.
Yeah. A lot of English, tragically, I think, does use Greek roots. I'm sure someone with linguistics expertise could actually correct me on that, though.
Speaking of Greek roots, rhizomes. No. Okay. All right. Well, I don't really have. I feel like what I have is not as good as what you have. So why don't we play with Freom and gussy it up a little bit, shall we?
What if we try to combine the two some way?
Yeah, I like it. I love combining things.
Ryam, like RHYEAMH. Ryam, and pronounced like Reem or Rim. Ram.
I do. Yeah, I like that. It looks vaguely now. Hey, let's get Lovecrafty for a second, shall we? That looks vaguely like Laya, right? The
fucking
Cthulhu,
totally.
Lost City, right? And he's a dreamer, so there's a connection there. So what if we do? What if we throw an apostrophe in here somewhere, dude? What if we just
dude, always for apostrophe.
Here's one possible place to put it. Between the M and the H, here's another one of those. And
I kind of like it there. Yeah.
Yes. There it is. Hey,
I was also,
go ahead.
I was also thinking, what if we swapped the E and the Y, just transpose them so that we got Hram. I don't know. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, what do you think about? Do you like the last apostrophe? Do you like it like that?
I think I liked the earlier apostrophe. If you're cool
after
with
the
that.
H or before the? Ooh, now we've got something. Now that's a little bit of a spicy meatball right there, right? Rahayam.
Yeah.
Rahayam. Do we feel good about
Rahayam,
this?
God of Dreams.
I
kind of like it. Yeah.
Let's leave some notes here. We're taking Freyam, right? Is that what it was? Frey, like that? How's my spelling?
You had it the first time. You had it AMH. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And that's the Celtic god of dreams, right?
That is just the Irish word for root. Yeah.
Oh, Irish word for root. Okay. We've got rhizome, Greek word for a horizontal connective root, right? And we've got H.P. Lovecraft nonsense, Lost City, thing. Okay, good. We did it.
In Lost Relech, Cthulhu lies dreaming.
Yeah. I want to kick over to chat. We got a question from Eso Ahatu. What are we doing today? We are making the god of dreams and connection, the god of consciousness, dreams, and premonition. A wispy-fingered fungus god. Just so you know. Oh, look at this bad thing that we've got happening here. What if I fix that up, throw that down there, and now it looks good. Okay, very good. We did it. Sort of. Okay, let's keep moving on down the questionnaire, shall we?
Yeah, sounds great.
Let's do it. Okay. Yes, go ahead.
Oh, no, sorry, you do it.
You do it, please. You're good.
What's the nickname or logline? The first thing a person will use to describe this god, usually after a comma. Last time we had Voltharos, the Way.
The Way. So now what is this dude's name? Or what is this entity's name? This is Rahayam. Rahayam. What do we think?
Rahayam.
I
like Rahayam.
I like Raham also.
Raham. Yeah.
So what is this? Is Raham blank the? Doesn't need to be the, but probably would be the, right?
Yeah. Raham the Dreamer.
The dreamer. But it's not just the dreamer. He's
Right.
not doing dreams. He is facilitating dreams. He is reaching into Raham, Jack Reacher is what we should be going with.
I love it.
But he's reaching, he's connecting, he's bridging, he's creating a venue for exploratory thought, both within and without. What is he doing? He is reaching. He is Raham, the dream reacher.
The dream reacher. I like the idea of like a compound of words that we use, like the dream seer, or
maybe Raham, the space between dreams, or the wind between thought, or
like the Raham, the space between. That's kind of cool.
Let's do that.
That feels very Lovecraftian to me.
Yes. Raham, the space between.
Cool.
The only issue I have here is this word space. There might be something better.
Right.
Let's just think about it. I want to keep moving on. Because it's not just space. There's a connection. There's a... What about... Go ahead.
Oh, no, you go ahead. I was going to just...
What about like the fingers between, the presence between, the mind between? But we're not setting him up as a mind because he's like a fungus. It's like something bigger than a mind. Raham, the chambers between, since mushrooms have cells. That doesn't get precognition.
The manifold, because mushrooms are connected but also present. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, what are other space related words?
Yeah.
Right? It's like a synapse, right? It's maybe space. Let's just leave space. Let's just go with space. First thought, best thought, right? What are we doing?
I do like, though, also the whisperer, like the whisperer between.
What about just the whisper between? That's good.
Oh, I love that.
Whisper between. Yes, the whipser, the whisper. Okay, there we go.
The whipser.
The whipper.
That's Callisto,
The whipper between.
You've been a very naughty half elf.
The savored whipper. Does this god have any specific physical features, i.e. an unusual number of limbs, strangely colored hair, noteworthy body parts of animals? We've already sort of drilled down on these fingers, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to say, what do you think about this? Countless wispy fingers.
Yeah. Yeah. And as I'm thinking about it, this is really Lovecraftian, because like he also had like the fungi from Yugoth and like stuff like that. So we're definitely in a creepy, cool space here.
Absolutely. Rex in the chat is saying that hyphae is the word for fungus fingers. But it seems like we're kind of on the right. Fungus fingers seems like we're on the right track. We're doing the right thing. I feel good about this. Okay. Given all the above, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I also like that we're like kind of focusing on touch for this. Because there is this idea of like the touch of consciousness, and like the touch of, it's a thing that you feel even if you don't necessarily always pay attention to it, which is cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just imagining this gross mushroom dude's hands dripping all over my head and it disturbing the hell out of me. So I feel that's a good place to be. Okay. Given all the above, how would we describe this god in one sentence? I feel like we've gotten there. What age do we? Well, I guess it's sort of an uncanny, unknowable. Like this is a humanoid. It's a thing, right? It's a person with arms and legs, right?
Right.
So,
but
go ahead.
But essentially, it's like a mushroom. Or maybe it's composed of like multiple mushrooms, like all these different sprouting growths.
So
Like,
I'm imagining, and this is just what's happening in my brain. I'm imagining less like a capped mushroom and more like an elongated, sort of lanky, I'm imagining he has like a beard. Maybe
cool.
he has like a long tail coming off of his head, like a sleeping cap, like a Mr. Magoo sleeping cap.
Oh, I
But
like
like
that.
a long, stretched out, tall, like long-armed, grayish, beigeish fungus man.
Cool.
How do we feel about this vision?
I feel pretty good, to be honest.
Okay.
Like,
so this is a lanky, long-limbed, gray beige. That's not. Let's just call him beige fungus human. I think that they should be. I think they should be non-gendered. Personally,
yeah, I was actually thinking maybe it's like a humanoid form, but like even without a head, maybe, or something. And it's like kind of ethereal and luminous in a weird way, like glowing mushrooms.
Yes. So let's get rid of lanky because long-limbed covers that. A long-limbed, headless, beige fungus humanoid with many long, we're going to say wispy again, wispy fingers. Okay? We feel good about this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it. This is so cool and creepy. I'm so
good.
into
I feel
it.
good. I'm glad. So, what are their relationships to other gods that we've established? I don't feel like there's this particularly strong one here. I think we can maybe leave this, like Voltheros, the god of commuting. I guess if you fall asleep on your commute, you could enter the realm of Raham. But I think that maybe how do you feel? They're related, right?
Yeah, I feel like they definitely feel like as part of a coherent pantheon of like humanoid consciousness, like because but I think they'd be more like cousins or something, and if we're thinking of like the way the Greek gods are related, like Kronos and then Zeus and then like his brothers and sisters. Yeah, this would be a distant cousin, maybe.
Okay. So distant cousins. And eventually, once we get enough of these, I'll make like a family tree and we'll start actually drawing connections between the images that we've set up and so on. Okay, biography. Please share any myth or origin story that explains some detail about who they are or connects some real-world occurrence to something this god has done. I think that there could be something about how people couldn't understand each other, that he's related to language, that like the first communities were built due to a shared connection taking place in dreams.
Yeah, I like that.
So how can we make that something more concrete?
Maybe the societies in early would eat sacred mushrooms, and from that practice.
So let's say this. He gave the gift of sacred mushrooms to an early society. And from the connection that formed between them over a meal and the subsequent meal is probably the wrong thing. We can pull that out. And the subsequent dream,
language emerged.
Language, and a connection emerged that demanded the development of language.
Cool. I think that's awesome.
Okay, cool. Great. Guys, but by guys, I mean Armat, we are moving, we are flying through this thing. We're about to spend a little bit of time with the chat because I am going to be frantically trying to get an image of this god as we move into the image section.
I'm so excited.
So here we go. Armat, chat, speak amongst yourselves as I start typing the stuff that we just did into Dolly 2 to come up with a painting by Raphael, the house artist of Tabletop Gold.
Yeah, these are some great ideas. Like thinking of Rex says, thinking of it as composting memories for us into dreams, which I think is a great way of thinking. Like maybe he also feeds on the dreams and memories and like.
Well, if he's a fungus, he certainly does. There's something in my mind, something quite predatory about that.
Yeah, I agree. And like we have invoked like Cthulhu. Oh,
I'm gonna wait.
Excited.
I'm gonna let you finish the thought before I show you what we just came up with.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like I think since we've invoked Cthulhu, and this is kind of a Lovecraftian, creepier god of dreams, that like composting memories, feeding on it makes total sense to me.
I think that's a really good point, and I kind of want to add a little bit of that flavor into that story if we can.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
let's actually do that before I show you this insane nonsense that that I just came up with.
Excited.
So let's change that mythology story to be like he fed them mushrooms, and the subsequent dream. Let's just say like between the connection that formed between them as help me out here. Rahayam?
I think that's what we went with. Yeah.
There's an H on the end of that too, probably, right?
Oh, yeah.
As Rahayam like sucked nutrients from their from all of their dreams together. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe like a shared dream is more appetizing to it, so that's why he creates these connections, because it's like
so it's symbiotic, right? Which is fungal. Yeah. We feel good about that. Do we feel good? We feel good about that. Are you ready to see some art? Are you ready to get your face melted off, homeboy?
I am. My face. Oh, these are amazing. Holy shit.
Check out number 3, dude.
I was looking at that. I think that's so good.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think we got it in one.
Yeah. That is so creepy and cool.
I love
That's going to haunt my nightmares tonight.
I'm so happy. Once again, we've hit the point where I love this show, and I'm so glad we're doing this.
Totally.
It's happened.
And I'm so glad we found another way of talking about dreams and consciousness and all these things without going to the Neil Gaiman well. And I'm really glad of that. I think that's cool.
Me too. I'm having a great time.
Me too.
Okay, so we got to okay, cool. So what's next? We gotta get into the holy symbol next.
Oh yeah.
So what's our holy symbol, do you think?
Would we have mushroom or like?
I think we gotta add another layer here.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think we can't just go mushroom. I think we gotta introduce a new element that we haven't been talking about.
I like that a lot. Yeah. So what would, like, as you think about dreams, what are sort of iconic images that you would associate with them?
Eyes.
Like the moon, stars, eyes.
Yeah. Moon, stars. We're talking about connection. So it could be a thread, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, that gives me, well, that's sort of a different thing. I was thinking about weaving and the weaving of dreams.
Yeah, that feels like a kind of a different thing.
Yeah, that's
we're focusing on like the connection element of dreams rather than the like invention element of dreams. Like we're treating dreams like a thing that you tap into, not a thing that you create.
Right.
Right? Does that seem like a reasonable distinction to make?
Yes, I totally think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a thing that you tap into could be the earth. Like mushrooms grow from earth.
I was also thinking of like the two spheres of or two sides of our brain, and maybe like something that's linked but divided. Getting to this.
two balls connected by a string or something.
Yeah, or yeah, I don't know.
Maybe there's some unexpected feature of fungus that we don't know about that we can pull from.
Yeah. I
I'm
love
finding,
that word hyphae from the chat. That's a great word.
Yes, I agree.
Let's see, mushrooms.
I'm trying to find fungus facts. 8 fantastic facts about fungi.
You know what I would have gone with for that article? 8 fun fungus facts.
8 fun fungus facts, triple F. 8 fun fungus facts. Yes.
8 fun fungus facts. Ooh, switch there. Is it a glottal stop?
Oh, well, you're asking the wrong person. No idea. 10 fascinating facts, the secret life of fungi. The internet is full of terrible web pages. Gosh.
What about a sort of abstraction of a root system? So like like a simple line, and then I'm gonna show you my terrible version of it, but like as sort of a pattern, something like can I get it on something like that?
Yeah, I like that. Okay, let's aim for something like that. So it's like a sort of an underground root structure. So I'm going to try to get us going with that for an image, and we're going to do this as a stained glass window again, just because that's a fun thing to do.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so it's a stained glass window depicting an underground system of roots.
Yeah, a series of tubes.
Okay, good. Perfect. And here we go. As we move on over to Dolly 2, I spend another 75 cents on this program. And what do we got here? There's a tree thing. I don't like that tree. So
I like 3 and 4. I think they're quite beautiful, actually.
What if we get some variations on 3 and see how that feels?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Cool. We are processing away right now. There's a computer somewhere in a billionaire's butthole making all of these images for us.
Boy, that would be a
Okay, so these are all the same thing. You want to just take one of these? Or do you want to maybe I kind of want to just start from the beginning one more time.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
Okay, cool. I'm going to go back to our initial prompt. And I'm going to change the wording slightly.
Mm.
And we'll see how that feels. We'll see how it feels making the holy symbol of Rahaim, the god of consciousness, dreams, and premonition. And I've wound up way further afield than we should have been. So let's return to this. Do we like any of these? Because I think it's time to keep moving. Do you like 2 here, or do you like 1 more?
I kind of like 1 because it reads as more intelligible as a root system to me.
Okay.
But
cool.
Yeah, how do you feel?
I feel okay. I don't love it. I don't love the way that it's framed. I'm going to try one more deal to try to get something a little more iconic looking.
Yeah.
Like the thing that the drawing that you did was great because it was simple enough to be iconic rather than just like a bunch of bullshit, you know?
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Yeah. I wanted to reduce it down so it's like more, like you say, symbolic as opposed to trying to depict a real system. Some great ideas in the chat too. I love the Rex's point about mushroom rings and forming fairy portals, and the cell division and doing it under a house too, I think is a cool idea, like because it sort of underpins a civilization in a way, although maybe that gets into Voltharos territory for us, I think. But these are all great.
Okay, I've got one that I think is good that I think you will like, but I'm getting a backup right now.
Cool.
Okay, I'm
Well,
getting a couple backups. So here are some options. This one here, number 4 on this page, I thought was pretty good.
Yeah.
And then I got a new page out of the word fungal here.
Oh.
And there's like 2, I think, is maybe abstract enough to kind of get us somewhere.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. I like 2 a lot. It also has the kind of color scheme we've been looking for with Raham.
Yeah, I agree.
Like the beige and sort of
so let me get you some variations on that, because I feel like when you do variations, that comes out a little more simplified and a little more iconic.
Cool.
See if that gets us somewhere. And if it doesn't, why don't we pick one of these and move on?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so this is what we just got back.
I like 1 a lot. Was that our starting image?
Yeah, the first one on the left is our starting image.
Okay.
Do you like you like that?
I like that. I like 2.
Okay.
Also sort of left field, but I kind of like 4 for its like wispy weirdness too.
This one right here?
Yeah.
All right, let's do one last track, getting a couple variations on that one, and then we're going to pick it and stick it.
Cool.
That's how we do it on GODMAKER. We pick and we stick.
Yeah.
Okay, this is just getting planty and is getting further away from where we want to be, I feel.
Yeah.
So then we've got this. So here are, I think, are our finalists. We've got this fungus guy over here, right?
Mm-hmm.
This less fungus guy over here.
Yeah. That is more immediately,
I think,
intelligible as a root system. I kind of like that one. 4.
Okay. We're going to do 4.
Yeah,
Great.
let's do that.
People are saying it more and more. We like 4.
Number 4. Yeah.
Okay. So we are going to select that as the symbol for Raham, the god of dreams, consciousness, and premonition. And with that, we are ready to go to the next section of our questionnaire.
Oh, man. That portrait of the Raham is just like blowing my mind all over.
What a dream. What a dream this dream got us.
It really is.
Okay, so it's a system of underground. Yes,
accurately.
Okay, we did it. Followers, we're coming into the home stretch on this. Having a good time forging a god. Can you believe it? Okay. What sorts of locales typically house this god's followers? I think anywhere people live.
Pretty much. Totally. I could also see though rural spaces as being particularly sacred, given the connection to the sacred mushrooms that and so maybe tribal societies as well might be.
Let me also make this argument that rural societies do not have a lot of waking connection between people, so the connections that exist within dreams is even more vital as people connect over long distances with each other in the subconscious.
I love it.
As they are connected via Raham, right?
Totally. Yeah.
So let's say societies in less developed areas rely on connections in dreams, particularly.
Yeah.
Right?
Totally.
Okay. And that's this feels like it's kind of just any. What did I've ruined everything. No, I haven't. Everything's okay. So yeah, go ahead.
Just seeing the underground areas of that made me think, what if it's Raham's temples are all underground and subterranean temples?
Ooh.
Right?
Yes.
And so that's where like they do sacred mushroom rituals around like underground altars.
Yeah, that's actually bringing me to a question that we're missing, which is what sorts of areas house this god's temples? Like that, I
Cool.
think that's a question that should be on this questionnaire. So
Yeah.
let's make that a question on the questionnaire and fill it in right here. Right?
Cool. Yeah, love it.
Like you must climb below ground / sea level, maybe,
Yeah.
to enter into the like whatever
Sanctum or
yeah,
whatever. Yeah,
to
exactly.
connect to Rahaim's guidance or whatever.
Yeah. Totally.
Okay.
Love
So what
that.
sorts of professions might this god's followers have?
Shamans probably would worship.
Shamans. I'm going to say psychologists.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think this is potentially a world in which people have something related to alchemical or medical training related to the mind.
Cool.
Storytellers.
Yeah. Yeah, like artists who were inspired by dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Augurs. I don't know if like the Roman augurs, maybe.
What's
like,
that? What's a Roman augur?
Oh, they were the prophets or seers.
Yes, well, definitely
diviners. Diviners is
absolutely 100%.
Yeah.
This is the god of consciousness, dreams, and premonition. So diviners and prophets have to be part of the equation.
Totally. Yeah. What other lay? I'm thinking more lay followers. Like,
I'm going to throw a curveball out here. Politicians.
Oh,
I think would love to know what the mass subconscious is interested in, so they know what to speak to.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
And let me throw another thing in here. Entrepreneurs.
Oh.
I think about this dumb thing that this asshole said to me once in like a corporate meeting where this dickhead, this person, like sat in front of the company and said, art is about giving people what they want before they know they want it. Steve Jobs was an artist. And I was like, no, he wasn't.
Yeah.
Afraid not, guys. I don't think so.
Sorry. Yeah.
But so I think that there's something, I'm going to pull politicians. I don't think that fits. But I do think entrepreneurs, there's something about the idea, like to me, that's like the malicious application of trying to become Rahaim yourself and feed on people's subconscious the way that he does naturally. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I kind of like that as like maybe there are heretical Rahaim worshippers who like have like a dark cult around him, like where they are trying to similarly feed on or use the premonitions to like, to for their own benefit, like a secret society of sort of like, I guess, the Whispering Way, maybe, in like, except instead of manifesting a lich from, like, it's like they're just all like
self-enrichment.
Self-serving. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think this is cool. Okay. Do this god's followers typically wear any sort of clothing to show their devotion? Something that helps them connect, maybe. Something that helps them touch. I think touch is a big part of it.
Yeah.
Maybe like velvet gloves.
Oh,
do you like that?
Cool. I do like that.
Okay.
Oh, that could be another potential image of or a symbol
holy
for
symbol.
Raham would be like a pair of folded gloves or something like.
Okay. Yes. I'll work on that as we are talking.
Cool. I was also thinking for like initiations or ceremonies, maybe they use body paint to feel the touch of like, the like those great whirling designs or root systems painted on their bodies.
Yes. Agreed. Body paint, showing, depicting connections and roots. I think that
Cool.
we've got a pretty obvious one here that I think we got to put in, which is ingesting like group psychedelics, right? Like
obviously, yeah.
has to be.
Definitely out there, yeah.
Okay, let me show you.
Imagine that going underground. Oh yeah, let's see.
Here's some stained glass gloves if you want them. I don't like this as much.
Yeah, I don't think those land.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay.
Although that one, the red ones make me think of like the Nick Cave song "Red Right Hand," which I do love.
Yeah. I love that song too. On the Scream soundtrack, among other things. Also off the Let Love In album, I believe.
Also on the Songs in the Key of X, songs inspired and on
by the X-Files.
Yeah,
hilarious.
That was where I first heard it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's a great Nick Cave record, guys. If you haven't listened to Let Love In, why not do it? Okay. So anything else that these followers wear? I don't think that they wear heavy clothing. I think that they wear like light, gossamer
soft cloths. Yeah.
Cloths.
I was looking at how like the drapery of Raham in the image is like, maybe they wear like flowing robes or some light and flowing robes.
But I think that they let's just put this in here. They dress real weird. These are not people that are interested in impressing you. Like, they flaunt social convention, right?
Totally. That's
like
they're
doing the Lady Gaga meat dress thing, potentially, right?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Let's put this in here. They dress to provoke like subconscious thoughts the perceiver may not yet be aware of.
Cool. Yeah.
I think they have to be very fashion forward because they are they're interested in premonition.
Totally. Oh, I kind of love this too, as like many of the like textile designers maybe worship Raham too.
Yeah, let's put that in there. Entrepreneurs, fashion designers.
Yeah.
And I'm going to capitalize that because I'm capitalizing everything for some reason.
Love a capital.
Yes, the avant-garde. So is the avant-garde something that we want to integrate into this? Like, what are they the god of? Dreams, consciousness, and premonition. I think that maybe avant-garde is too broadly. It's too specific, I think, to be so broad. But I think it's a huge part of what this.
Yeah, I feel like
it's a huge part of what it is that this is all about.
Yeah, I think that seems like more of a follower thing than necessarily it's their portfolio necessarily. Yeah.
I think we've got rituals. Any aphorisms? See, we didn't have this last time for Voltheros, and I think it's so good. I want to know what these people say to each other. Like, here's like an example, right? Just off the top of the dome. Like, may their fingers touch your dreams, right?
Yeah, totally.
And we can do more. And dreams, I think, is too on the nose. May their fingers touch your slumber. That's a weird thing to say to somebody.
Yeah, I like it.
I guess there's a psychosexual element to this, obviously, because it's like a mushroom thing.
Yeah, and especially if we're going off Evangelion too as a jumping off point.
Yes, definitely. Do we want to come up with another aphorism?
Let me think. I'm kind of drawing a blank right now.
What do you think of
let
Rex's suggestion here? Yesterday's refuse is tomorrow's feast.
I like that.
So how can we make this like a thing that you wish somebody like we could something like dine well tonight on yesterday's
feed your memories to it.
Feed your mind. Feed your head.
Feed
says
your
Grace Slick.
head.
Grace Slick, noted follower of Rahayim.
Yeah.
I don't know. May your belly be full with yesterday's business. I don't know. Okay, let's just keep going. Oh, it's a consoling phrase, says Rex. Okay. So we're gonna it's a consoling phrase. Bad things happen, grow from them. That's interesting. I like that.
Yeah. All things feed the god of dreams or something, which is a sort of riff on that, I guess.
All things feed them. I like the idea of just them. And you're like, who? And they're like, we don't need a name for them.
Yeah. If you have to ask, you'll never know.
Okay. So we've already did we've got Rahayim, the god of dreams, consciousness, and premonition. And now here we go, getting into mechanics, getting into Pathfinder stuff. Let's go. Let's make it happen.
Awesome. I'm calling up Nethys now.
This is us running downhill. First thought, best thought, mechanical stuff. Make this a usable god in a tabletop role-playing game. That is the edict. That is the mission. And speaking of edicts, that's what we're coming up with right now. What are this god's edicts? What must this follower do?
Well, right off the bat, I think delirium and dreams are sort of must-haves.
So they have to face their dream, like.
Oh, I'm sorry, edicts. I was on domains. My bad.
Yeah. No, domains are coming up. Coming up.
Edicts. What must there? I mean, participate in a psychedelic ritual regularly, I guess.
Okay.
Would probably be.
Okay. What do they have to do in day-to-day life though? Like, how do they have to lead their lives? I think that they probably have to like help people understand their own minds, maybe.
Yeah.
Or not understand, connect with their hidden thoughts. Do you like that?
I like that.
Okay.
I do like that. Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe also always listen to dreams or
right. Listen to their own dreams. Follow guidance given to them. Because if they have a vision in a dream, they're probably like, this is a message from Rahayim.
Yeah.
Right?
Totally. Like
follow the guidance given to them in their dreams.
So if they are on a boat and it tips over, they're not going sailing the next couple days, you know?
Right. Exactly. So they're probably very superstitious.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. I think that's good. What is anathema to this god? What must their followers strive to never do? Maybe
do you have any?
Ignore signs in dreams, just sort of the opposite of the other thing.
Yeah.
Just to start off with something, even if it's not the most exciting thing in the world.
Isolate themselves totally, maybe? I don't know.
Isolate themselves from others. Sure. So this is about connection. This is about premonition. How about this? Find comfort in old ways.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, totally. That makes sense. Like,
because they believe when they sleep, they believe that Rahayim is giving them new stuff constantly. So they're not necessarily, their followers are often avant-garde because they are always receptive to something new. So if they return to nostalgia, so nostalgia, I think, is probably something they don't like.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Which is good because I want to do a god of nostalgia also.
Oh, cool. I would love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love that. Embrace change, maybe? Or
yes.
not, that.
Oh, wait,
is
no,
more
they
of
want to
an-
embrace change, right? That's the
Yeah,
thing that they
exactly.
do
I
wanna
was
do.
thinking,
Okay.
previous category.
Okay, cool. Cool. What's this god's
Yeah.
alignment? We're talking chaotic, and I think we're talking neutral.
That's what I was thinking
I think
too,
that we're going to
'cause-
come up with a lot of neutral gods because I kind of like neutral alignment as something that, because I kind of like the idea of belief systems that can connect people that are doing both good things and evil things. You know what I
I
mean?
agree totally. Like thinking that Raham equally will offer their blessings to these secret societies around it is like,
Yeah, I agree.
and does not care ultimately, because good and evil both end up as feed for it to riff again with
Right. It sort of
Rex's thought.
doesn't care that much about morality.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, but I do think that there is something here about follower alignments. I don't think so. Like last time for Voltheros, we went lawful good, lawful neutral, lawful evil for followers. I don't think we can do chaotic evil for followers of Raham, because destruction is, I think, counter indicative to what this god believes. So I think that we have to.
Yeah,
I think we can't go there. I think we can definitely go chaotic neutral, right? I think we can definitely go chaotic good.
probably not lawful. But
Probably
I could see
not lawful.
Neutral evil, true neutral.
Neutral. Forgot about neutral. Forgot that existed.
Right. I don't know. Do you think neutral evil is?
I think neutral good is in there. I think I could see a neutral good person who follows dreams as like a guiding principle.
Yeah.
You know? Like I think of David Lynch as a neutral good follower of Raham. Like this is a person with a strong sense of morality who is interested in I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe that's reductive for David Lynch. How do we feel about this list? Do we need to add more? Do you want to add an evil in here? Do you want to add neutral evil in here? Yeah, neutral evil.
Yeah,
if you're into nightmares and shit, right?
Yeah, or like if you want to use those premonitions for your own gain, I guess, like someone who
right. Yes, of course. Entrepreneurs, neutral evil, of course. Potentially chaotic evil, also, if they're like disruptors.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think that that's chaotic evil. I just like think of chaotic. To me, chaotic evil says something very specific.
Yeah,
that speaks to like annihilation.
Everything. Yeah, apocalyptic.
I personally don't. My own sort of sense of alignments. This feels good. This feels more than generous to me.
Yeah, I agree for sure.
Because of selfishness. And we already said that there are like apostate sects who use dreams to advance their own, like, selfish aims.
Yeah.
So that covers neutral evil. So we're good. We feel good about this, right?
I think that's a pretty good expanse there.
Rex is asking if the deity should be chaotic neutral or if they should just be neutral.
Oh. I could see that. Yeah. Like, although if we're going with the, like, in some ways they're a god of like change.
Yeah, I like chaotic. And it's like it's people getting outside of structures. It's people doing psychedelics and stuff like that. That feels chaotic to me.
Breaking a thing apart to remake it or change it or
yes. Yeah. I agree. So I feel good about this. I think that this is open to interpretation. A lot of good conversation in the chat, sort of like talking through different options. But I think this is good enough, and I think we can move forward. Divine ability. What divine ability? If you have the raised by belief background, charisma, right? Do we feel charisma, or do we feel wisdom?
I could go either. I lean towards maybe wisdom.
I lean towards wisdom also.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Does this guy have a heal fart, a harm fart, or both? I think both. I think this can heal or harm.
Yeah.
Okay, what divine skill or skills? We can pick one or two from the skills. What do we like here? Occultism?
Yeah, that seems like a no-brainer for Raham.
I agree.
Society.
Could be society. I like society. We the story that we came up with was a story of the forging of society through through the gift of mushrooms.
Yeah. I could see religion too, because they're sort of a primal religion, maybe.
Yep. I think we should pick either occultism or religion. What are you feeling?
Yeah. Ooh, I might lean towards occultism because I think, yeah.
There is like an occult aspect
totally
for this. Oh, and Rex is pointing out that mechanically clerics always get religion, so we don't need to give religion. I think we can cut religion from the list. Yes.
Good point. Yeah.
Great.
Totally.
Cool. Favorite weapon. Oh, isn't this going to be fucking awesome? Can you imagine a follower of this god slicing some dork up with a weapon?
Totally.
I love this game so much. Pathfinder rules. What a great game.
It really does.
I feel like it should be a reach weapon. I think it must be a reach weapon.
Oh, of course. Yeah, totally.
So I'm going to pick traits, and we're going to throw reach into the filter, into the incomprehensible filter system of the Archives of Nethys.
Maybe something with grapple too in the ideas.
Reach and grapple? Okay, here's what we've got with reach and grapple. Okay.
Cool.
We've got the gill hook, which is an Azarketi weapon. It's a spear with a specialized hook that can catch on the gills of large fish. I think the fish theming is a little outside the bounds here. Okay. Wirtz threw out the idea of a whip.
I can see a whip. Yeah.
You can reach with it. You can trip with it. That's kind of like grapple, right?
Yeah.
Of course, there's the gnome flick mace. This is potentially.
Oh yeah. I was also sort of thinking like I could see a long spear, although that's a simple weapon. So, but if it's a simple weapon, clerics could get divine.
Yeah, they can get access to it. We don't need to worry. We don't need to worry about that.
Oh no, I meant deity's weapon. That feat, like champions and clerics get, that boosts the damage up a die, so they could.
I see. Yeah, like deadly simplicity.
Long spear users.
Can I throw an idea out?
Please and thank you.
Bladed scarf.
Oh, yeah.
Do you like it?
I think I do. Yeah.
Do we like that more than anything else?
No,
or do you like other things more?
I kind of love that actually, as them like. Let's do it. Yeah. Yeah, I think someone in the chat mentioned scarves as like an item that the followers might wear too. So I think that's a cool idea of like you can see the worshippers with their iconic bladed scarves wrapped around their necks, ready to.
Yes. Armat, we're up to your favorite part. I feel like the domains. I feel like this is where rubber meets the road mechanically for you. I'm going to make a pitch. I'm going to make a pitch. Do you want to hear this pitch?
I do.
Dreams.
Oh my God. What? No, never. I would also put delirium maybe.
Okay. The delirium domain. Agreed.
Introspection is a new one that I hadn't seen before, or knowledge.
Yeah, what is introspection from? That's from Ghost King's Rage. What is that?
I know. I just saw it
it's a Bloodlord's book.
Oh, cool.
So this is what the introspection domain, since this is a new thing and we don't know it. Introspection domain gives you, the domain spell is guided introspection. You guide the target in examining their innermost feelings, their behaviors, and the motivations behind their action, granting them clarity and insight. They get a +1 status bonus to saving throws against emotion and fear. Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so good. And then the advanced domain spell is confront selves. You show the target the spiraling web of actions and consequences that is their life, and the changes wrought by these decisions upon themselves and those around them. These events swirl around the target like shards of broken pottery. The creature must attempt a will save to resist these visions, and they take mental damage.
That's awesome.
You want to do it?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I think it's great.
I think it's great too. I want to get something that taps into the premonition part of this.
Yeah. Maybe not knowledge then. I was going to suggest knowledge, but I don't think like they're not necessarily knowledge god or wisdom god. It's more they anticipate. It can anticipate things. Yeah.
Yes. Fate potentially, I think, ties into there. You see and understand hidden inevitabilities. So you can read fate and tempt fate. That ties into premonition, right?
For sure. I think fate
Yeah,
is
I think reading fate,
yeah.
that's part of dreams, is you're like, you see your fate in your dreams. Dude, this rocks. This is so good. I'm so happy.
So into this. Yeah. I think we've come up with 2 really cool
I agree.
gods for this pantheon already. Like,
I'm in the wrong field. Okay, and then alternate domains. Rex points out that knowledge could be a good alternate domain. I agree with that. Is there anything we like more than knowledge as an alternate domain?
There's earth, there's nature. Nature seems too broad, I think.
Yeah, I think that
nightmares.
Like the earthen stuff. Nightmares? What? Of course that has to be in here. What are we doing, guys? Yes, that's of course an alternate domain. Yes, that's something that
maybe, honestly, maybe delirium is the alternate domain. Or we could delete delirium entirely. And
what is delirium? Let's read the description of delirium.
Yeah.
You can bring about hallucinations and restlessness. Feels pretty good.
Yeah, that does feel like the god of consciousness would be doing that kind of thing.
It does seem like nightmares need to be part of this.
Yeah.
Let's pull delirium down to an alternate. Let's put nightmares up here just to see how that feels. Because we've been talking about how this is more about understanding and connection than about going crazy. You know what I mean? So
totally.
How do we feel about this? Dreams, nightmares, introspection, fate. Do we like that?
I do like that.
I like it too. I like it too. Okay, what spells? And now we're gonna get into the archives of Nethys spell table and see if we can filter out the divine list.
Oh,
because we don't want it. So I'm gonna click this arcane. I'm gonna click this arcane tab that I have to tap to try to type the word divine and say. And choose the fact that this is like no filter, contains, does not contain, starts with, ends with, equal to, not equal to, greater. Like, why do they think I want all of this? I'm an idiot. I'm trying to play a game. No is empty. Not is empty. Is empty. So we're going to say not equal to divine and we're going to filter. Okay, cool. And that's not the right one. I don't want not equal to. I want does not contain. Does not contain is what I want. What a mess. Okay, great. We did it. So we need to pick one level 1 spell and then 2 more spells of level 1 or higher. And I think that I might be limiting this too much. I think that we can potentially get more spells than that. I'm trying to look at examples of deities that grant more spells because I feel like Saren Ray has more than 3 spells, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm lying to you.
Maybe anticipate peril.
Anticipate peril. I like it. What level is anticipate peril?
It's a level 1 spell.
Level 1. You grant the target brief foresight. Let's put that in there for now. I always like to get a damage spell in here.
Totally.
Just because in my mind it's like the gods of magic sometimes have 9 spells, says Rex.
Oh.
I'm looking for gods. I've typed Rovagug, Saren Ray, and Desna in so far, and I'm only seeing 3 spells on each of them. But I guess like Nethys. Like you're saying that if they're in the magic domain, is that what we're doing? Oh, and here I am searching archives of Nethys for Nethys and getting not at all what I want. Yeah.
Well,
so Nethys has tons and tons of spells.
I think sleep would have to be a spell.
Sleep feels good. Yep. So sleep, and we got to get a damage spell in here because in my mind, again, this is going to be a setting where most of the spell casting is going to come from. And sleep is not on the divine list. You're telling me it's not. Okay, cool.
It is not.
Where most of the spell casting is going to come from connections to God. So I want to give clerics of Rahaim some some ability to do damage, like a thing that you'd be like, oh, we have to watch out for that offensive spell that this cleric probably has.
Phantom Pain, maybe? Like
Phantom Pain could be good. Phantasmal Killer could potentially also be good. Phantom Pain. Phantasmal Killer, it seems like, is maybe on the divine list. Am I crazy? Or am I just looking at an incomplete list? I am. Okay, great. So Phantom Pain, I think, is a good call. Let's put Phantom Pain on here. Great idea.
Oh.
So
thank you.
Thank you. I'm just going to search for the word dream. There's a focus spell that doesn't matter. Veil of Dreams is a hex. Daydreamer's Curse is a... No, that's not really what we're talking about. Dreamer's Call is a focus spell. It's a cleric spell. That's probably from the dream domain, right?
That makes sense, yeah.
Yes, it is. So we're already giving them that. That's great. We're doing great. Nightmare is an illusion spell of the occult and arcane persuasion. You send disturbing nightmares to your target. The next time the target falls asleep, it must attempt a will save. Let's add that on here. I think that seems like it should. I think that not being on here is a mistake.
Yeah.
So maybe we're going more than 3. That's fine. Anything else you like here? I think that maybe we've done it.
Yeah, that seems pretty good to me.
I like it a lot. I feel like we're doing great work here.
Yeah, I think we've come up with a really cool, weird God of Dreams.
Okay, let's close this off. Let's kick it on over to the chat, shall we? As we say good night and good dreams to you, and I'm just going to walk through what it is that we have done. Okay? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Armat, are you ready to sum it all up?
I'm so hyped.
Are you ready for the golden summation?
Yeah, I'm going to dream a little dream of Raham right now.
Okay, good. So we started off with the prompt that this is the God of Dreams, and this god is a fungal humanoid with long, wispy fingers. Actually, I'm not going to go to chat. We're going to look at the questionnaire here. A fungal humanoid with long, wispy fingers that they are named Raham, from a combination of the Irish word for root, the Greek word for horizontal connective root, and the dreaming city from H.P. Lovecraft. The name, this is Raham, the Whisper Between. They are a god with countless wispy fingers, and they appear as a long-limbed, headless, beige fungus humanoid with many long, wispy fingers. They're related to Voltheros, but not particularly interested in each other, distant cousins. One story about Raham that you may be interested to know. Armat, do you want to share this? Should we switch off rather than me just reading this thing?
Sure, yeah. He gave the gift of sacred mushrooms to an early society, and from the connection that formed between them, as Raham sucked nutrients from all their dreams, a connection emerged that demanded the development of language.
Fantastic. And apparently that's not how you spell the word language. Okay, it is. Good.
I've seen it both ways.
We get a picture. We got this picture that you can see here on our screen. We've got their symbol, some roots. Their followers are kind of anywhere sentient creatures that can dream live, right?
Yeah, totally.
Fantastic. But they're particularly focused on the countryside. What's next?
What sort of areas house this god's temples? And the answer is underground areas. The temples are all underground. You must climb below ground or sea level to connect to Raham's guidance.
Their followers are shamans, psychologists, storytellers, artists, prophets and diviners, entrepreneurs, and fashion designers. But some heretical Raham worshippers form dark cults to feed on the dreams of people for their own benefit.
This god's followers typically wear some of these sorts of clothing to show their devotion. Velvet gloves, light and gossamer cloths, flowing robes. They dress real weird and flaunt social convention, very avant-garde. They dress to provoke subconscious thoughts the perceiver may not yet be aware of, and very fashion-forward and avant-garde.
Fantastic. The worshippers of Rahayim will often cover their bodies with body paints depicting connections and roots and do group psychedelics.
Yeah. Their aphorisms include, may their fingers touch your slumber. May your belly be full with yesterday's business.
Well, let's change the word business there.
With yesterday's dinner. Yesterday's memories, maybe? I don't know.
Great. Perfect.
Nailed it.
Okay.
And all things feed them, which is awesome. That's so creepy.
It's good. And of course, we know that Rahayim is the god. Rahayim, the whispers between, is the god of dreams, consciousness, and premonition.
Yeah. The Rahayim's edicts are participate in their psychedelic rituals, help people connect with their hidden thoughts, listen to their own dreams and follow the guidance given to them in them, and embrace change.
And it is anathema for their followers to ignore signs sent to them in dreams, isolate themselves from others, or find comfort in old ways and embrace nostalgia.
Their alignment is chaotic neutral. And their followers could adhere to chaotic neutral, chaotic good, neutral good, and neutral evil because of selfishness.
Their divine ability is wisdom. They have a healing and harming font, and their followers can get the divine skills of occultism and society.
Their favored weapon is the bladed scarf, which is a really good weapon, too, as I was looking at it.
Yeah.
The domains that Rahayim grants are dreams, nightmares, introspection, and fate. And their alternate domain is delirium.
And their holy spells anticipate peril, sleep, phantom pain, and nightmare. Armat, we did it.
Awesome.
We had a great time. Chat, yeah. Everybody who was hanging out with us tonight, thank you so much. It was so good to have you. It was great to see you participating in chat. Getting the insights that you guys were throwing out throughout this experience was wonderful. What a great time. I think this show is entertaining for me to do anyway, and I'm glad that you are sticking around and hanging out with us as we figure this stuff out.
Absolutely.
And with that, Armat, we did it. We made another god. We got 2 gods in this pantheon. Can you believe it? Can you believe we're already up to 2 gods?
I sort of can. This has gone by so fast. It's really fun though. I'm so hyped. What a cool, weird pantheon we're making here. I feel great about it. Creepy and awesome.
I love it.
I would love to see a paladin of or champion, of Voltharos or a champion of Rahayim. How weird and cool would they be?
They would be cool. The domain spells are so okay. Yes, it's great.
Yeah.
Everyone, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Like I said before, if you don't know us, we produce a great actual play podcast called Tabletop Gold. We play Pathfinder Second Edition, and you can find us on every podcast app. If you like what we're doing here on Twitch, follow us here. Give us a follow here. If you're seeing this on YouTube, subscribe to us on YouTube too. We're doing fun stuff on YouTube. You can find us. This archive of this will go on the main YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/@tabletopgold. That's our main YouTube channel. Is there anything else we have to say? I don't think so. I think we covered it.
I just want to say to Esuo Hatu in the chat, no, you're the best. Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time when we do when we make another god. When we make that god, baby. All right. See you guys later. Bye.
Night, y'all.